Okay everybody, I wanted to record a video showing you how to make your own prayer stand. These are the four main components I use here for mine. I'll go ahead and start over here on the right hand side. We have about a 3.5 to 4 foot wooden dowel. One end is just flat and just the end of a wooden dowel. And at the other end we have a screw in here. The top of this wooden part here is probably going to vary just depending upon your tripod. But for my tripod here, I have an old camera tripod that a friend of mine found for me at a garage sale. It is extremely sturdy. This is not thin aluminum, this is very thick, durable aluminum. And I can't stress enough how important it is that you get a sturdy tripod. That key right there just goes to adjust this, so we can adjust the height of the inner tube here. And I'll show you how that works here in a minute. The most complicated part here is the PVC frame. We have approximately 1 foot wide by 1 foot deep, and then about 3 feet tall extending down that way. And what I did down here is I used some about 2 to 3 foot long zip ties, and I made kind of a little square hole here with the zip ties, and you can adjust these so you can kind of close it in around the wooden dowel, so that way it's standing up straight. And also, you might notice this is optional. It's not like you have to do this, but I also included 2 sets of battery operated white LED Christmas lights. If you get LED, they last a whole lot longer. So you can turn those on, which will actually make the sign glow at night, which is really handy if you plan on going and doing any evening to night or early morning outreaches. So we'll do that. And if we move up to the top of the stand here, we see that we have a 2-inch diameter opening on the bottom here, and then 2-inch diameter over here, and 2-inch diameter over on this side also. And the same thing, I just used some zip ties to secure it to the PVC framing over here. And I also use zip ties to secure the lights going along the row here. So yeah, plan on using lots and lots of zip ties. So, and as far as the PVC connections are concerned, I had someone at Office Depot, or sorry, not Office Depot, Home Depot help me out with that. But basically, it's about 3/4, I think it's 1/2 or 3/4 inch diameter PVC piping. And then finally over here, we have the actual sign itself. My mother, love you mom, was nice enough to make the sign for me. It is a blue ripstop material. Again, it's about 3 feet tall, and it's about 4 feet wide because you need it to wrap around all 4 sides. And then up here at the top, it's closed off, which will keep the inner lighting protected, and also it just goes over the top of it like a sock. And these letters here are reflective, so that way when you're out at night or in evening time, they really pop against the background of the blue ripstop. And same thing on the other side here too. Just to give you an idea, it's a little dirty right now. But same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to assemble it real quick. So give me just a moment to put the camera in the tripod. And there we go. So the first thing, obviously you want to make sure that you have your tripod nice and sturdy. If the tripod is flimsy, when I was testing them out in the stores, actually accidentally broke one, and the lady at Home Depot was nice enough to not make me pay for it. So you want to set it up like that. Again, each tripod is going to be a little different on its own. Tripods work a little differently, but you want to make sure that you can make it nice and compact, and then so you can raise it up like so, lock it in place. Next step is to take your wooden dowel and then attach it to the top like this. So now you have, it basically looks like kind of a giant antenna. And then the next thing you want to do is to put the sign over the PVC frame, because putting the sign on and the sock on, unless you're, I don't know, like Yao Ming, is going to be impossible. So you take your sign, and you want it to be nice and tight, but not too tight, so that way it doesn't like tear the cloth, obviously. So you just kind of put it over the top like this. This is always the fun part, so you might want to play a little bit of the Jeopardy music while I get this taken care of. And ideally you want to only have to do this a couple of times, so that way you aren't constantly taking the rips off and on. And also, if you are going to do the internal Christmas lights, make sure the switches are at the bottom so they're very easily accessible. When I first did this, they were up toward the top, and I got these short little arms here, and they weren't able to reach up to the top of the sign. So, once you get that on here, just pull it down over like you would a sock. Make sure these are inside here, these little light switches. So you get that pulled over. And then now, what you are trying to do is to get the wooden stick into the square hole that is formed by the zip ties down here at the bottom, and then put that over the top of the pole. Now if you're outside, it's not going to make a huge difference, but inside, obviously it's a little bit more difficult. To put it over the top like that, and then you slide it over the top, and you want to make sure that the top of the wooden pole is secure inside the T PVC piping at the top. And then you can adjust your zip ties, you can kind of pitch them in around the stick there, like that. And there, you have your fully functional prayer stand. And again, just like I said, you can turn on and off the lights here. Probably doesn't show up too well in the daytime. But you can turn the lights on and off here at night if you want, and kind of give it a little, glowing effect, and it will really catch some attention. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions at all, please don't feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Take care. God bless.